Tammy Slaton has revealed the devastating hardships she has been going through with her mental health. Wednesday was the day when the 1,000-pound Sisters actress posted a TikTok video in which she reflected on the period before she had her remarkable weight reduction. Tammy, who is 37 years old, answered to a fan inquiry about how her life had changed after she lost 400 pounds in a recent post. She stated that most of the shift was due to the fact that her mental health had much improved. "Since you lost so much weight, can you share how your quality of life has changed?" questioned the person who was watching. Tammy, a performer of TLC, expressed gratitude to the fan for asking the question and subsequently said, "Before I went to rehab, I was just bitter, unhappy, very, super, suicidal, and depressed." She continued by saying, "I had this I don't care attitude back then." This was in addition to her discussion of her sadness and the changes in her personality. At a later point in the video, Tammy said, "I mean, getting the weight off. Living, that's what I'm doing. I am finally able to declare that I am living my life. I rejoice in the things that God has created." In a subsequent statement, the reality television personality exclaimed, "The land is beautiful. Have you ever sat back and just looked at the trees and the grass? It's all magical." This statement was used to demonstrate her newly adopted optimistic outlook. Prior to undergoing gastric bypass surgery in July 2022 and then enrolling in a weight rehabilitation center, Tammy had a weight of 717 more pounds. Using the information provided by the court filings, the United States Sun confirmed that Tammy weighed 448 pounds as of August 4, 2023. Caleb is missing. While Tammy has demonstrated an exceptional mental strength, the actress has also been confronted with a number of challenges, one of which being the passing of her husband, Caleb Willingham, who passed away at the age of 40 in the previous year. It was originally stated by the United States Sun that Caleb passed away on June 30, 2023, and that his funeral was held in a private residence in Kentucky, where the family could say their final goodbyes. Sadly, he passed away when he was attending the same weight clinic in Ohio where he had met and married Tammy. In the months preceding up to Caleb's passing, the reality television pair had become distant from one another and had discussions about getting a divorce. According to reports, Caleb's health deteriorated when he decided to end his relationship with Tammy. He battled to maintain his diet and ended up adding 30 pounds as a result of his decision. In November, Tammy posted a montage on her Instagram account in memory of Caleb. In the caption, she said, "Even though I'm not in love with him, I will always love him and I miss him every day. Things will get better. New way to go." In the midst of Tammy's optimistic perspective and her rediscovered capacity to live life, an insider has asserted that the celebrity has her sights set on becoming a model and wants to establish a new career in plus-size modeling. Tammy wants to represent people in her community who have been through what she has been through, they stated in their interview. In the past, Tammy was bound by a stringent contract with the program, which restricted her freedom to pursue other avenues of financial gain. Recent management shifts at TLC, on the other hand, resulted in the renewal of her contract. As a result, Tammy is now in a position to negotiate greater autonomy over the brand agreements she makes and the people she collaborates with. Someone with knowledge of the situation disclosed that Tammy is already in discussions with a few agencies in order to launch her new profession. Recently, Tammy Combs shared her first modeling photographs with the public. The photographs included the celebrity posing in a bright purple top and a leather jacket at the new house in Kentucky that she and her brother Chris Combs possessed together. In the event that you or someone you know is experiencing any of the problems that are discussed in this article, you can contact the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline by calling or texting 988 or by chatting on 988lifeline.org. For Crisis Text Line, you may also send a text message to 741,741 with the word HOME. The world meets Tammy Slaton. Tammy Slaton's life, as chronicled on 1,000-Pound Sisters, has been an emotional roller coaster, one that many viewers have followed with a mix of empathy, concern, and hope. When Tammy and her sister Amy Slaton first appeared on TLC, they were candid about their personal struggles with extreme obesity, familial pressures, and health crises. But behind the sometimes humorous and often dramatic scenes of the show, Tammy's internal battles ran deeper than just physical ailments. In a recent emotional confession, Tammy opened up about the pain that defined much of her life before her extraordinary weight loss transformation. Tammy admitted that she had struggled with suicidal thoughts and depression, shedding light on the mental toll that her physical condition had on her. Her candid revelations resonate with many who have followed her journey, adding another layer of complexity to her path to wellness. Tammy's early struggles and the seeds of pain. Tammy's battle with her weight began early in life. Growing up in Dixon, Kentucky, Tammy and her siblings faced financial instability, and unhealthy food became a source of comfort. Food was always there, offering temporary relief in a chaotic world. As she grew older, her weight steadily increased, leading to isolation and a vicious cycle of emotional eating. This chapter explores her formative years and how her relationship with food began as a means to cope with her emotions and insecurities. The emotional weight that Tammy carried became more pronounced as she approached adulthood. Not only was she physically restricted by her body, but she also faced societal judgment and personal shame, which exacerbated her growing feelings of hopelessness. By the time she reached her 30s, Tammy was nearing 700 pounds, and her mental health was in steep decline. The public eye and the toll of fame. When 1,000-Pound Sisters aired in January 2020, Tammy's life was put under the harsh glare of public scrutiny. While the series was meant to show the challenges of obesity and the potential for transformation, Tammy quickly became a polarizing figure. Her temper, frustration, and self-sabotaging tendencies were often highlighted in the show, leading to criticism from viewers. What many didn't see, however, was the intense psychological toll that fame took on her already fragile mental state. For Tammy, the newfound visibility was both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it gave her a platform to potentially change her life and gain the support of millions. On the other hand, it invited harsh judgment from those who didn't understand her pain. In her own words, Tammy expressed how she felt trapped both by her body and the public's perception of her. The pressure to lose weight and meet expectations, coupled with her own struggles, pushed her deeper into depression. Suicidal thoughts and depression. In a heart-wrenching admission, Tammy recently revealed that there were times she wished she wouldn't wake up. Her depression reached a peak where she seriously considered ending her life, as she felt there was no way out of the constant physical and emotional suffering she was enduring. At her heaviest, she required assistance with basic tasks like walking, bathing, and even breathing, which intensified her feelings of hopelessness. Tammy's admission of suicidal thoughts is an incredibly brave act, as it shines a light on a topic that has often stigmatized mental health struggles among those battling obesity. Depression and suicidal ideation are common among individuals who suffer from extreme obesity, particularly because they often feel trapped in their bodies and isolated from the world. Tammy's courage to speak openly about these thoughts helps others realize they are not alone in their struggles. The moment of change. While Tammy had many setbacks in her weight loss journey, she eventually reached a breaking point. Her health was rapidly deteriorating, and after being placed on a ventilator due to a severe bout of pneumonia and carbon dioxide poisoning in 2021, Tammy realized that her life was truly at risk. The doctor's warnings that she may not survive served as a wake-up call. Tammy's decision to enter rehab and undergo bariatric surgery marked the turning point in her journey. For years, she had resisted the idea of weight loss surgery, perhaps due to fear or doubt that it would work for her. But now, with her life on the line, she knew it was her last chance to turn things around. The emotional impact of weight loss. As Tammy's weight began to drop following the surgery, the physical changes were evident to all. What was less visible, however, were the emotional and psychological shifts that accompanied her transformation. In one of her most emotional videos, Tammy spoke about how she finally felt lighter, not just physically but emotionally. The weight she had carried on her shoulders for years, the depression, the feelings of inadequacy, and the self-hate began to lift with every pound she lost. Her healing, however, was not linear. As anyone who has gone through a major life change knows, old wounds don't simply disappear once the external problem is addressed. Tammy's journey through mental health recovery was ongoing, with moments of self-doubt and fear still emerging even as she made progress. The battle was far from over, but for the first time in a long while, Tammy felt hope. Support systems and the power of vulnerability. One of the key factors in Tammy's transformation was the support system she built around her. Her sister Amy, despite their ups and downs, remained one of her biggest supporters. Friends, family, and even viewers who initially doubted Tammy's ability to change began to rally behind her as she took control of her life. In her darkest moments, the outpouring of encouragement from fans on social media gave her a reason to keep going. This chapter also explores how Tammy's decision to be vulnerable and open about her struggles allowed her to connect more deeply with her audience. Many fans related to Tammy not because of her weight loss success, but because of her honesty in showing how difficult the journey was. Her willingness to admit her failures, fears, and pain made her a symbol of resilience for those fighting their own battles with mental health, addiction, or other personal challenges. Mental health and obesity, a complex relationship. Tammy's story highlights the intricate relationship between mental health and obesity. Many individuals with obesity suffer from depression, anxiety, and other mental health disorders, which can lead to a cycle of emotional eating and weight gain. In Tammy's case, her depression was both a cause and a consequence of her obesity. This chapter delves into the psychological underpinnings of her struggle, looking at how mental health professionals often treat obesity in conjunction with therapy for emotional trauma. In reflecting on Tammy's journey, it's clear that her success wasn't just about losing weight, it was about addressing the root causes of her pain. Her willingness to seek therapy and acknowledge her mental health struggles played an integral role in her ability to transform her life. Tammy's new life and future aspirations. Today, Tammy Slaton is in a much different place than she was a few years ago. Having lost over 300 pounds, she is healthier and more optimistic about her future. She often shares videos of herself dancing, laughing, and enjoying life moments that seemed impossible during her darkest days. But Tammy is quick to remind her followers that the journey is ongoing and that she still faces daily challenges. As she moves forward, Tammy has expressed her desire to help others who are struggling with their weight and mental health. She has hinted at future projects aimed at raising awareness about obesity and the importance of mental health care. Her story, once filled with despair, is now one of hope and resilience. A story of survival and hope. Tammy Slaton's journey is far from over, but she has already proven that she is a survivor. From her darkest days of suicidal thoughts and depression to her incredible weight loss and renewed outlook on life, Tammy's story is one of triumph over adversity. Her openness about her struggles with mental health serves as an important reminder that true transformation isn't just about changing the body, it's about healing the mind and soul. Her story resonates deeply with audiences because it is real, raw, and relatable. Tammy Slaton, once a symbol of despair, has become a beacon of hope for others who feel trapped by their circumstances. And as she continues to move forward, she carries with her the strength of someone who has fought her way back from the edge and found the will to keep going.